Despite the presence of blockbuster anti-diabetic drugs, there are a staggering 50% failure rate within the US, apparently. According to my next guest, they're going to talk about how they can fill in this critical gap, and it's Karinza Phoenix, founding CEO and executive chair at Myopharm Limited. It's wonderful to have you with me. Talk to us a little bit about what your company does just to start, and then we'll get into the details.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, so we're a Melbourne-based biotechnology company, Myopharm, and we're working on a beta cell-centric dual combination drug. The drug works on pro-inflammatory mediators, and we believe this drug has the potential to help assist with the up to 50% treatment failures that endocrinologists and general practitioners are experiencing in the type 2 diagnosis space. They are also seeing a large amount of metformin failures and intolerance to factors like gastrointestinal upsets and so forth.
Yeah, it's certainly interesting times. I know a lot of people out there suffering with diabetes, but what is the current standard of care for type 2 diabetes? I understand we're targeting that specifically. And how is Myopharm looking to improve on what's on offer?
So the current standard of care involves what we call controlling your ABCs. So your ABCs are your glycated hemoglobin, so that's your HbA1c, and that's a test performed by your local GP. And B stands for blood pressure. So a lot of people are not aware, but a high percentage of people have high blood pressure, and they're diagnosed with that generally primarily before type 2 diagnoses. And then the C stands for cholesterol. So it's all about controlling your ABCs. And if you're concerned you may have type 2 diabetes, it's a good test to go and order from your GP and get your 12 weeks retrospective hemoglobin blood sugar index to find out where you sit. Okay. Where you should be sitting, ideally, is around 7%, according to Diabetes Australia.
Right. So I understand the company was featured in the American Diabetes Association's Thought Leadership film series. That's pretty exciting. Could you tell us more about the feature?
Thank you. We were very excited to be invited to the American Diabetes Association. A few years back, we gave a presentation there about our drug we're working on and our hypotheses and how we believe that it was a game changer and potentially a paradigm shift for type 2 treatment failures. And our drug works on the beta cells, and once you start to go into beta cell decline and dysfunction, there's no going back from that point. We're all born with a finite amount of beta cells, usually around 1 gram, unless you're born prematurely or and they were very thrilled with our data, and they invited us back to be featured in the Thought Leader series, which was quite exciting for an Australian biotech. And they've also mentioned that despite all the research happening in the last 10 years, there really hasn't been anything in the beta cell space that works on beta cell preservation.
Yeah, certainly interesting and surprising to say the least. What's the significance of diabetes research here in Australia based on what you and the team are witnessing?
That's a fantastic question. You would have noted that last year the government started an inquiry on type 2 diabetes and diabetes. Last week a report was published, and it's called the State of the Nation Report by Australian Diabetes Australia. And one of the big finds in that report was that Australian diabetes research is on the knife edge. We simply don't have enough going on right now, certainly to mitigate this big wave, this epidemic of type 2 diabetes that we are going to be seeing. They're forecasting up to 1 in 6 people will be affected soon. So that's a lot of Australians, and globally it's increasing all around the world.
Karinza, I'm curious to know, just to finish, if people want to find out more about the research and of course what you and your team are up to, where's the best avenue to approach?
Yeah, sure. You can contact us through our website, myopharm.com, and we'd be happy to take any inquiries from there.
Wonderful stuff from you, and thank you so much for bringing this to our attention. I look forward to speaking down the track.
Thank you.
All right, that's the program for the moment. Don't go anywhere. More ticker coming up right after this.